Hello there, YouTubers and Clash of Clans enthusiasts. If you missed my first video, my name is Crossbones1992, or just Bones for short. Today I'm going to be kicking off my first installment of my What Does It Do series with a very important unit type that more than often gets overlooked and underappreciated. So what am I talking about? None other than those bony little guys that blow up your walls and cause all kinds of shenanigans on defense and offense. I'm talking about Wallbreakers, of course. So now before I get into the meat of this commentary, I just want to take a moment to let you guys know about another clasher who I've just recently met and have a great deal of respect for. I'm talking about my friend Brian COC, and I guess he's kind of my partner in crime, I guess you could say, and he uploads a lot of stuff as well, so definitely check him out at some point in time. And I will have a link to his channel in the description below just to make it a little easier on you guys. And one more thing that I'd like to mention is, yes, I know the sound quality of these videos are not fantastic at the moment, and as I said about in the about section of my introductory video, I'm working on fixing that. So in the meantime, just bear with me and let's do this, guys. So before I get into a raid and how to use these little guys, I just want to take a minute or two to just kind of discuss some of their stats and really get an in-depth look at them before I go ahead and talk about Wallbreaker strategies and so on. So here's a chart courtesy of Duxter.com and the Clash of Clans Wikipedia that I think really illustrates a lot of key things pertaining to Wallbreakers. And by the way, guys, if you don't know about Duxter, it's really a great source of information for Clash of Clans. They've got all kinds of useful stuff on there. And if you want to check it out and join, you can also friend me and follow me on there and get my latest updates about my channel and just things I'm doing in general. My username on Duxter is cbones81. And I will have that in the description below also, so that way you won't forget it or anything like that. Now again, I apologize in advance for how this chart formatted in this video, and that's just one of the things that I'm going to be continuing to work out. But for now, I think you can get the gist of what I'm trying to say by looking at this. So as you can see here, you've got just about everything you could possibly want to know about Wallbreakers from a statistical numbers point of view. We've got a few things shown here, like how much damage is done to a wall with a level 1 Wallbreaker, so that does 12 damage, and a level 2 does 16, and so on. And along with unit cost, training time, and research time, this chart's a really great source of information to refer to for all things Wallbreaker. So okay, now that I've talked about the numbers and statistics of these pesky little guys, let's get into some gameplay where I'm going to be showing you all the correct ways to use Wallbreakers. So now, for practicality and time's sake, I'm not going to attempt anything too crazy. I just want to find a match where I can really demonstrate T-Wall, what to do with them. And I understand you guys, I mean, it's kind of obvious what they do, but a lot of people don't really think understand how they work per se. But anyway, so luckily I already had a raid earlier today where I think the power of these guys can really be illustrated. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this attack replay, alright? Guys, so it looks like we have Kuching Revo here, and I'm going to start out this raid by just putting some guys around the peripheral parts of his base, taking out some buildings just to get the couple extra percentage points of damage on his base. I do drop my clan castle to take out their barbarian king, which wasn't a problem, and I break open that first little pod with the cannon. I'm also going to break that T intersection right there, and the other T intersection right there by his clan castle. So now I'm going to send in some archers and goblins to just kind of mop up on the outside so I can get my last two Wallbreakers in there with ease, and they're going to break that T intersection to the inside of the base. Now with that open, my giants are pretty much free to run amok and do whatever they want, and we're going to mop up the inside of this base pretty easy. I did use a lightning spell there just to take out that one mortar at the top, just because I figured it would be a problem. I've got plenty of troops left, and we're just working towards getting that last mortar done. And sorry about that, guys, I got a Facebook notification, so just excuse that. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and take out this last mortar right here as soon as they break through, just like they did there. I sent in some goblins hoping they'd break through that wall, but they didn't really get too far. So the next thing we're going to do is have these archers in the bottom right come through, and they're going to take care of everything in this top compartment. This wizard tower is going to be a problem here, as you're going to see in a sec, because he's just going to take out all my archers. So here they are, they're blowing through the wall, they're going to get through, they're going to take that last gold storage. You know, pow, 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 we got it right there. So they're going to come down, but unfortunately that wizard tower's range was just a little too far, and we couldn't get off enough shots to take it out. So look at that health right there. But we still got 98% and 2 stars and 100,000 of each resource. Now I wasn't really going for a lot of resources in this raid because I wanted you guys to see the importance of blowing up those T intersections with your wall breakers, because that's going to open up the largest compartments in a person's base. So in this next raid you'll see what I mean by blowing up the T intersections. It's going to be a little more complicated, and you guys will just see what I mean. Okay, so we have STS-1302 in the clan Turkler. Kind of looks like a different language there. But anyway, starting out just by what I did in the last raid, I am baiting the Barbarian King out and taking him out real easy with my clan castle troops. And then we're going to go ahead and take off the peripheral outside buildings once again. It's just always a good idea to do that. If you're really looking for the win, just take out those easy outside buildings. It'll get you those couple extra percentage points that you need to win. But I think that kind of goes without saying. So here we are with the Wallbreakers. This guy's got a really symmetric base design. I mean, it's basically a square. He's got a little bit of variation in some spots, but it's really not too far off from just being a straight square. So again, I take my wall breakers and I blow up those T intersections as you saw, and now we are free to go into the middle once more. With this guy, you know, having a symmetrical base like he did, ordinarily I wouldn't go for those T intersections. However, for the purpose of this video, I wanted to really stress to you guys the importance of going for them. If you've got a really symmetrical base like this, you can just send him in straight on one of the walls, because he's only got 3 layers to get into the middle of his base, and that's really just straightforward, a straightforward thing to do. So I don't know if you guys noticed this, by the way, but goblins are ridiculously strong when they're not just going for resources. I mean, you can just see how quickly they blew through that one wall. But we are just about wrapping up this base here. I thought I got everything, but it turns out I didn't. I'm going to speed it up just a little bit for you guys so you don't have to watch just these last couple seconds. But all in all, we did alright. We got 2 stars. We got 84% on the space. We got over 200,000 of each resource. And I hope you guys learned a lot about Wallbreakers and got some ideas to use in your own raids. But anyway, if you guys decide that you like me, you want to give me a shot, give me a subscribe, like my videos, and comment below with what you want to see. And I will do my best to keep producing better videos in the future and more informative stuff later on. So thank you, and I will see you later. Bye-bye.